Peninsula, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
Good evening, Nation's Corner, friends, family, and fans. John in South Jersey here. Welcome to another edition of the Nation's Corner. Joining me tonight, as usual, is my unusual cast of usual characters. First and foremost, he is bundled up because, man, it's effing cold in the East.
It's cold
right
AF, as the kids say.
Yes.
It's
But
like, it feels like it's 6 or 7 degrees below.
It could be, but keeping himself warm, of course, in
With
his
my
blanket.
wonderful WWF blanket that my son gave me for Christmas. And I got my Yeti cup, my Nation's Corner Yeti cup that my son-in-law and daughter got me for Christmas.
Limited edition.
Limited edition, the only edition.
From Frozen, Mongrovian via the Long Island Expressway. He is Mongrovian Mike. What's up, brother? Besides
What's up,
frozen?
everybody? Yeah, it's pretty cold, but I pay my bills, so we got heat here. So
there you go. And of course, my other partner tonight. Not only is she the social media maven of the Nation's Corner, she is one half of the hottest intergender tag team in all of professional wrestling. You know it as 2 breasts and 1 leg. We call it the 3-piece with the side. And what is that side? GFY. She is the great and powerful Debhausen.
What is up? Rise and shine, and don't forget your booties because it's cold out there.
oh my God, it's like
everywhere.
we're a morning radio show or something.
Gobble.
Gobble.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. Where's my little way? Ting.
Yes. But we're not here to, well, we are here to entertain you, but also we're here to talk a little RASSLIN. That's wrestling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay Hood and Justin LeBar.
Two of our favorites, by the way. Gotta give those
Yes.
guys a shout out. I mean, Jake, they gave us a shout out. We gotta give them a shout out. You know,
Absolutely. Good
this
shout
way
out
our
to
dozens
Justin
of
LeBar.
fans know about it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Sunday edition of Busted Open. Somehow, even though it's a Sunday and I can sleep in, I still wake up just in time for the show.
Yes.
yeah, and it doesn't come at you. You know, it's early. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday, so you don't want to hear waka 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 waka. You know. It's very it's easy like Sunday morning.
It is.
It's a good listen, and they have fun.
great.
They have good chats.
Yeah, and they are very knowledgeable. And what I like about there's hosts on there that we agree with. There's hosts we disagree with, and there's hosts that nobody agrees with.
Coach.
Yes, you got that. You got that
all of a
course.
sudden.
Yeah, yes.
But
Shout
out to the Sunday crew. Shout out to Good
Yes.
Karma Wrestling. Follow them all on the socials. And get your religion on a Sunday. Get your Busted Open confessionals in every Sunday morning. But we're here to talk about wrestling and the week that was. Really good week. Again, we constantly sit here every Saturday night before we go live and figure what the hell are we going to talk about. But let's start with a little bit of a Royal Rumble took place this past Saturday in Saudi. Congratulations to Liv Morgan and one's up to the sky, the OTC. And we now at least have an idea of one of the main events for the 2 nights of WrestleMania, because that brings us to Monday Night Raw and an absolutely masterful promo from Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Roman, of course, declaring that he is going to challenge Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And an absolutely masterful promo. It's been talked to death all week. But again, it was just a brilliant piece of of almost cinema with no action, strictly just words and facial expressions, and two guys just really, really good at what they do.
Yeah, it was masterful, and we wouldn't be able to pick it apart any more than it has been all week long on the other on the bigger shows out there, and if you were under a rock as a wrestling fan, not the rock, under a real rock, and you didn't at least hear about this promo, and you didn't at least see part of it on on the media.
Right. Wait! I have a comment to that, Mike, real quick.
Yeah.
In the words of Hall of Famer Paul Heyman, "Google it, bitches. I'm not here to educate you."
That's it. Exactly. We all loved it because it did what it wasn't your typical promo. So that's all I got to say about that. Is that they turned in real. He called him Phil, didn't call him, called him by his name, and brought up a lot of cool stuff. The one thing would be, who do you think they came to when you were called, to see if it was okay if you could come back. Shit, stuff like that where you keep it, keeping it whatever they say. You know what they say. You be yourself, be your personality turned up. To 100.
If they're starting off,
that's it.
Yeah, if they're starting off this hot for this build, man, it's going to be a hell of a ride between now and April.
Yeah, but they did one thing that might have ruffled a few Drew fans, and definitely ruffled Drew's feathers more than a couple other guys on his own brand. Was they were talking him down,
and that's something I'm more interested in. Yes, we have the match now between Punk and Roman. Okay, that's great, and that's going to be a great build to it. But you're absolutely right, Mike. We now have this. We were all waiting, especially after Monday night, for last night, Friday night, and what Drew's response was going to be. And we know Drew can be equally as sharp and biting on the microphone and with promos as either one of those two. And that was kind of interesting itself, because that's what I found. Like, after the whole thing with Punk and Roman kind of died down, I'm like, man, I really want to hear what Drew's response to this is.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, we've all been singing the praises of Drew, for the past at least 2 years now. And more than 2 years, and he's just so good at being that heel, and everything he says is 100% true. His motive, his actions may be wrong sometimes, but everything he's complaining about is pretty much kind of on.
He's stop me when I'm telling lies. The paraphrase: "Stop me when I'm telling lies."
And besides that, he's definitely in the top 5 of wrestlers owning social media.
Yes,
that's for sure. Yeah,
and even how they were, of course, everybody was expecting Drew to come right out to the ring and say something, and he tried to, not once, but twice. So off of that, we're all waiting for this response from Drew to the Monday promo. We also got 2 things now going into, I guess, building for either WrestleMania, towards WrestleMania, but stop the Elimination Chamber along the way, between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. And, now that they were both told to leave the building and stay away till their qualifier for the Chamber next week. So even if they, and I highly doubt this is going to happen, just say they tell Drew, let whatever they did on Monday go, concentrate on this. We have a story now going into the events going forward that is going to be very interesting, because of course you have everybody loves Cody still and wants that, and you have finally I will say this, the emergence of Jacob Fatu as a main event player in WWE. And that I'm very excited and very happy to see.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that's something that is definitely kind of injecting a little bit of new life into some of the storylines. Sometimes you have to add that person that we've been wanting to see in that position for a while. Like, it just need to do it, you know.
Absolutely. And of course, as we all know, the Royal Rumble signifies the start of the road to WrestleMania. And what we saw from WWE this past week is most definitely we are on the road, and we got good stuff coming up that hopefully will either come to a head or end at WrestleMania, and then we can continue on. Hopefully it's above freezing by then.
Yeah. Do we see a
We'll see.
We see a Sunday night main event will definitely be CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I mean.
Well, what about that for a second, though? Now, we have all been conditioned and educated as fans that the undisputed championship that Drew McIntyre currently holds is the championship in WWE.
Yes.
But now, are they trying to Jedi mind trick us? Is that not the belt we're looking for now?
No, I think it's purely the star power, and I think we're going to wind up with a triple
triple threat,
a triple threat match. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I think we're going to wind up with a triple threat match for the Saturday night main event with Cody, Jacob Fatu, and Drew. And that sets up a possibility for Drew going past WrestleMania, which I would like to see, because I think a heel Drew, just doing what he's been doing is good, because you got two faces going on the other brand. So,
but that's also, what John's saying is, if that match for the championship that Drew has, if that happens on Saturday, then that means that Punk and Roman is on Sunday, which means that they're telling us that that's the more important championship.
Yeah, no,
and I don't think that
it
doesn't work to have two main championships.
But they go in business and money wise. I think they know that Roman versus CM Punk is going to put asses in the seats. It doesn't matter whether they could be no title, and that could be the main event. They could figure out a way to make it a main event and get away with it. But traditionally, the traditional wrestling fans like the big belts, but they've already muddied the waters, with that. That at least we could say, and it is a true point, and it's both brands have way too many belts going around, but at least like MJF is the champ, and there's nobody above him. The next thing down is the TNT, the TBS champ. You know what I mean? So it's not. So it's there's different belts, so they still have kind of like
there's a hierarchy. There's
only one. I'm a traditionalist. I always loved where you had the Intercontinental belt or the TV title belt, and that. And I think that what was it, the NWA and back in the day, was it the same way that they do it now, where if you're the TV title, you defended 7 times, simultaneous time. You defended 7 times. And then you get a title shot for the world title. And in the old days, you had the Intercontinental title, the classic beautiful white title. And when you got that meant
you were on your way.
You're on your way. You're looking at that time with Hulk Hogan or whoever the hell it was. You were going for them, and that was the next stop.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to the production crew over there, Dad. They're moving.
I was showing the belt that I have.
Oh, that's right. You do have that belt.
Yeah.
Well, they move. What can you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the oh, sorry.
Not them.
Anywho.
I just think it's an interesting question, just because we've been conditioned to think that the undisputed title is the main title, but
and the other one was only even made because Roman wasn't around enough. So they created the new title so that there would be a champion on the show. Now they're trying to tell us that that's the more important one.
And even now, okay, we're on the road to WrestleMania and we're starting to see things take shape. But if you're going to go through this build with Punk and Roman, regardless of what they do with Drew and his title, post WrestleMania, are we just going to forget about it and say no, Drew's the higher champion afterwards? That's
you know what it is. I look at Drew as having the more prestigious title. Yeah, that was the title that was held by the two previous guys. Held it a long time, and the guy that Cody beat held it for a very, very long time.
Right. Exactly.
And no matter what, that is the title. And whatever it's just like you could look at the United States Championship, and that too is it gets elevated with certain guys elevated. When Gunther had it, when Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes are doing a great job, and it all depends on who's running with it.
I think it's interesting just because we all know that WWE will always do a very good job of making us want to believe exactly what they want us to believe. So I'm just wondering where we go with this. So I'm equally curious. And
so let me just ask you guys a quick question. So when you see CM Punk, I mean, I know that guy gets a pop no matter what. He doesn't, he comes out and it's CM Punk and the crowd sings the song. They chant his name, and whether he has gold around his waist or over his shoulder or not, he gets the same pop and he doesn't get hurt whether he wins or loses a match. I mean, you know what I mean?
And you can say the same for Roman.
And Roman too. They've reached this rarefied air where it's like, do they actually need a title? Yes, they might. A title might be good on them so they could elevate other guys, and that's that might be what's going to happen sooner or later. But and the real thing is Punk and Roman have a story that's not finished between the both of them, whether there's a title or anything else on the line. So.
Sure.
There's both things. There's going for the title and that. So, who looks better and who is elevated more with holding the title? I personally think Drew standing on that second buckle and doing his pose, holding that freaking belt over his head and the sword in the other hand, that's metal to me, man. And that's my man. So.
All right.
Even though he made me shit myself when he walked past me
that man was bad that day, though.
Yeah, I don't want to meet him or Marina. I don't need to meet Marina Shafir or Drew. Yeah, I don't need them.
Yeah, but of course we're going to be watching, and we're going to be very interested in how this all plays out leading up to April. I think they're going to try to go as all out as much as they can on this one, because then they can go and fully shift gears to next year.
There's copyright laws on using that phrase.
Well, I don't care. Tony Khan can bill me. But with it going to Saudi next year, then they can I think they're going to try to give us a one last big blowout here in the States, and then be full speed ahead for Saudi in 27. So
obviously they're going to go full bore ahead to just get where they want viewership, because I don't foresee, I don't see them getting 100,000 people to 60,000, 70,000 people. I just don't see it in South.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they'll get that many people in Saudi.
Not this. But, I don't know. Though. I could be wrong.
I think the thing is, like with WrestleMania, and probably especially for this year, it's kind of like the Super Bowl, where it's really not for, like, the Super Bowl is really not for football fans. The Super Bowl is designed to attract a lot of people that don't normally watch football. Same with WrestleMania.
It's more of the spectacle.
It's the spectacle of the show.
It's entertainment, and by the way, there's a football game.
And you must admit that the NFL copied a lot off of Vince and putting on spectacles.
Of course.
I mean, it's really like sometimes, and any other sport, every other sporting event really has stolen from.
Especially football.
They were definitely heavily influenced. It's
Yes. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. They do treat it like it's a spectacle event that's designed to attract the viewership of people that don't normally watch.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think this year, like you said, they're gonna go, probably more all out this year, and make it such a big show, especially because next year is going to be in Saudi, and
they're gonna want
after that.
They're going to want, they know there's not going to be a heck of a lot, from here in the stateside. What, you're going to get the green shirt guy, you'll get Tantalizing Tony, maybe.
It's going to be people that can afford to go or get comped.
Yeah.
Can afford to go or even want to go. And it's, you know what, too? Hey,
there's a whole lot of people that wouldn't even be interested.
Let's be honest. We like to party on WrestleMania. We like party we party WrestleMania week. I'm sorry. We're not role models, but we like to party.
Absolutely.
Especially
That's
for
my
big event weekends.
And Toby.
Nice. Shout out
to he's the best. Yeah, Dante Drago
is the best. I mean, it's not the Bobby Orlando theme song, but Dante Drago is the best.
So I wanna talk about AJ Styles for a minute.
Yes. We could talk for an hour, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I think AJ Styles is a really interesting conversation. I've spent a lot of time thinking about the whole thing this week. The conversations that happened on Busted Open this week were really interesting, especially yesterday with Bully and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone missed it and has access to Sirius, go back and listen to that segment when Bully and Nick started talking about AJ Styles.
Such a great open discussion about like all the possibilities for him.
Yeah, the possibilities of what we could get and what could happen. And so what strikes me as really crazy is, I heard the clip that was played on Busted Open from what Triple H said on the Royal Rumble post show, where he said that AJ's heart's not in it anymore. Like, that was the big quote that came out of that. His heart's not in it anymore. And Dave and Bully had a discussion about that and why he would say that. And we get accounts from people like Bully and Nick who have spoken to AJ very, very recently about, his kind of his feelings on things and just the general, the general feeling on everything. And then we hear AJ on Stephanie's podcast. And I heard that clip played on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, 5 times. Where pretty much immediately AJ was like, well, everybody gets to come out of retirement at least once, right? Like, dude, you just retired 3 days ago.
Yeah. I think the best thing I heard about it, and it goes back to that discussion yesterday on Busted Open in the morning with Nick and Bully. And I think Nick nailed it. AJ's gonna, he's gonna go home. He's gonna rest, and all this is 100% deservedly so.
Right.
He's gonna
take a good vacation.
Yeah, take a vacation, spend some time with the wife and kids, this and that. And Nick nailed it. I think he absolutely nailed it. Give him 6 months or 4 months, and he's gonna be sitting around getting antsy, waking up feeling good, and not in so much pain, feeling well rested, feeling pretty good, and next thing you know, we're going to see him pop up somewhere doing something, just because this is the man has spent his almost entire adult life doing this. You just can't turn it off. And at the point that, yes, he's older, but, and pardon the pun, he's in phenomenal shape.
He really is.
He's in absolutely the best shape of his life. And
carnivore.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, I don't care if he's gassed to the gills. Whatever it is, it's friggin' working for him. But it's not. He's not one of these wrestlers that hung around too long and lost his step. He is still at the absolute top of his game. Just look at the matches he's had right up before his quote-unquote retirement match with Gunther. Even the match with Gunther at Royal Rumble. This is not a man that is, declining rapidly at all.
Right.
No.
So,
this is not a man that we're like, all right, dude, hang it up.
And AJ is smart enough to know and realize that he has such power in his hands right now. Can you imagine, even if it was just with WWE, but AJ came back for some reason. They came up with a story and AJ came back. Could you imagine that pop? I personally think it's going to be something in TNA. He's going to do maybe a short run in TNA and then go into the Hall of Fame. I agree with many people saying that.
Yeah.
He's going to go into TNA's Hall of Fame, and then probably next year or the year after, he'll be announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. But
I think that's pretty likely. Tony and I were talking about this the other day. I don't want to get my hopes up because, like, I posted this on Twitter after the Rumble when a lot of people were like complaining that Jericho didn't show up and all that. And I said, if you're going to speculate wildly, you got to be prepared to disappoint yourself.
Right.
So I don't want to get my hopes up because I do think it's more likely that he just does something with TNA, after he takes a little break and rests up. But like Tony just said, the timing could work out perfectly. And they talked about this on Busted Open yesterday morning too, that he could go to AEW, do a few, dream matches. There doesn't have to. It's AJ Styles, and it's will kind of be a special appearance matches.
What?
I don't think there has to be a whole ton of storyline involved because there's built up history with a lot of people.
Sure.
It's not even a storyline. It's the fact that AJ Styles is. All right, people talk about you saw what the respect that Cena got, and deservedly so, from WWE. But he was a WWE lifer.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is still one of the greatest wrestlers, 100% on his game to this day at his age. He's done things that other wrestlers, have not done. He's definitely... He deserves to be able to go out, like you said, John, the TNA Hall of Fame. That's it. And then, but he still has enough gas in the tank where he could do, well, I'd say New Japan, but I mean, the New Japan guys that he would fight are all on AEW right now. So, I mean,
and that's why I think it fits so perfectly.
Yeah, why not? Hey, listen. Like I said, that they need something to move the needle, and that would move the needle. Absolutely. That AJ Styles versus any of these guys that we've been talking about will put asses in seats. Takeshita, Omega, Ospreay, Shibata, Samoa Joe, MJF.
Yeah,
come on.
And truly, to rewind for a second, there's no need for story. They're truly just dream matches. Matchups that we would never thought we would see, but always wanted to.
Do you need a story? Okay, I know I love stories, but if you talk like when they said AJ against Cena, we were like, oh, what? You know what? And we questioned it, and like stupid wrestler fans, we said, I could have had a V8. We just, we said, what were we not thinking? What were we not thinking? Him and John Cena, AJ and John Cena is the match of the year for me.
Yes.
It's a love letter to wrestling.
Yeah.
If you don't see that and you don't appreciate that, then you're not really a wrestling fan. So that's what I mean. AJ and Kenny Omega, they're both not. You know what I mean? They're both on the sunset of their career.
Great.
They both
look great, but they're not
debilitating yet. But they're both still at the top of their game, and they don't. They have this much precious time left. Yeah. And if anybody's not gonna say, oh well, what's the story? Well, there is a story. You know what? Go to New Japan and look it up there then. Yeah. But I mean, you got Okada, you got all of these guys. Come on,
right?
Please.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I think
and Deb would be happy.
Yes, all those people and
Kenny. I want Debhausen happy. We like a happy Deb.
I think it would definitely move the needle for AEW. I think it would get, I think obviously I talk about this all the time, but I think AEW's been on a hot streak for the last year at least, and it's been a very slowly but surely progression. It's taken them 2 years to come out of the hole created by CM Punk. And they've slowly improved things over time, slowly increased things over time. I think that would move the needle even more, even though it would be a temporary thing. We all know that if AJ goes to AEW, it would just be a temporary thing. But hopefully in that time, it grabs a lot of viewers and a lot of people, are not only tuning in for AJ, but get interested in everything else that's happening and stay tuned in.
Right. Well, they're just going to see. All right. So I tune in. I never saw it. I tune in because I know AJ Styles and I love AJ Styles high flying. I remember him back from the TNA days. So I go, okay, let me check him out on AEW. Damn, you see him with matches with Ospreay, with Jet Speed. The guy, come on, with there's so many guys that the Young Bucks team him up with somebody. Anything, whatever.
And there's a lot of Bullet Club people. Yeah. There's a lot of. I'm going to say I will proceed with caution. Yeah. I will proceed with caution because there is a lot of Bullet Club people in AEW. However, I don't want to get yelled at by Neil by not being properly correct with the Bullet Club lore.
Yes. Well, David Finlay is the greatest Bullet Club leader that there ever was. But that's all I know.
I can hear him yelling from here. Anyway,
I'm biting my lip right now.
I have something. Storm. After that comment, Mike, I just have this for you. So let's talk about MJF. And also this. AEW this past Wednesday.
I make when I see Brody King, by the way.
You have to bark. You have to bark. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about AEW this past Wednesday night. Again, another really good, solid show in Vegas at the Palm, where the Collective was last year.
Yes.
Another smaller,
really cool venue.
Yeah,
really
another cool. Smaller, more intimate venue. The crowd was hot the whole time. Yeah. They were into everything. And another bang-up show culminating with the main event, MJF versus Brody Lee.
Brody King.
Brody King. A little slip there.
We love you, Brody.
And title elimination match, meaning if Brody won, he would get a shot at MJF. And lo and behold, he did just that. Basically, in a squash, if you think about it, it wasn't very long. For once, I would have to go back and check, but for once, Dynamite ended at 10 o'clock.
It was a few minutes after 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. But it's the closest thing.
But it wasn't the full 15 to 20. Like they mostly.
Well, if Dynamite ended at 10:05, it ended for MJF at about 10:03.
Right.
John, squash match, yes. He went down faster than the Mulkey brothers against the Road Warriors back in the day.
Yes.
It was amazing, and that turned it from a week ago. We saw, okay, it's going to be Brody King against MJF. Okay, this is going to be a good match, MJF's going to retain, and then about a minute after the match started, I started thinking, we all started saying, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Was a holy
now
shit
it's like,
moment.
Deb,
you want to talk about shock and awe?
Yeah.
AEW is doing things that are shock and awe.
Absolutely.
Is MJF going to beat Brody King? I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah. Who's to say? Could be.
It was incredible. I think I immediately yelled holy shit or oh my god or something along those lines. I think it was brilliant for several reasons. Not only to have that shocking moment, I think it made Brody look very strong. We've seen the build of Brody King over what's it been, the last couple year at least. We've seen the build of Brody King, and it made him look strong. It made him look dominant over MJF. It also made the fans want to see more.
Yeah.
Having the match be so short and so like definitive like that, it saved the actual like full banger match for when they fight for the championship next week at Grand Slam Australia.
Yeah.
So it left the fans wanting more. It left the fans going like, holy shit, now I want to see a real full match now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it made it believable. Like, I think obviously most people don't think MJF is going to lose the title right now, but it made it believable that Brody King might actually pull it out, that it's not just a complete like nothing burger.
Yeah.
It's also gaining a lot of attention.
Yeah.
It's making it believable, and it's making a lot of people go like, holy shit, what if Brody King does win the championship? Holy shit, they should have Brody King win the championship.
And it wasn't your typical slip on a banana peel win the Eliminator match to go to get.
He certainly didn't steal one.
Am I right, John? I mean, did that even trick your booking mind? Did that?
Yeah, I think the whole thing is absolutely brilliant the way they did it. He
got distracted, but he didn't. It wasn't like, oh, he was distracted. Oh, it's a roll up 1, 2, 3. Hey, I'm gonna see you next week. No, it was MJF got the shit beat out of him. He got the shit beat out of him like he owed Brody King money, and he took the last piece of cream pie at the craft.
Yeah, But it's like I said, I agree 100% with Deb. It's brilliant how they did this, because you have to look at it right now. There is a lot of guys in AEW right now trying to maneuver and make their own way to MJF to get a title, up to and including now Kenny Omega. So and I love it just for the fact, because is Brody King really good? Absolutely. Has he been solid in AEW? Absolutely. The teaming of him and Brodito with the tag team titles is absolutely elevated the both of them. But,
John, I'll tell. Just let me interrupt for if you're not going to get the Ring of Honor that you deserve and want, right? You might as well at least get the shine on some of these OG Ring of Honor guys You know, starting with Briscoe, and then you got Brodito, you know, and there's a few other guys, but yeah, over at ROH you got Shane Taylor Promotions is killing it.
Yes.
So. And Shane Taylor Promotions might be also coming after Jet Speed and Hangman for their trios championships.
Right.
Horsecock.
That Thank you for saying it.
But,
that was the official tag team name, and I don't care what the T-shirt says.
Oh, now we get Brass Monkey. We're all set. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. It's a horse and a rooster. You call it horsecock, right?
Yeah.
It was like if back in the day, if Hangman Adam Page, you know, teamed up with the Red Rooster, you'd call that team horsecock.
True. Yeah.
Very true.
But yeah, I think that's another interesting thing that's happening. But yeah, I think Grand Slam Australia next week is going to be one hell of a freaking show. AEW does a great job of putting pay-per-view level shows on a weekly basis.
Yeah, just take stock in no-dos and take a few bottles, buy a few bottles.
Mm-hmm. No, I believe
you know, it is
right. It's not a special
there's
time.
There's other pharmaceuticals, as we know.
No, it's a normal time. It's normal collision time, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. It's not a pay-per-view. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah, it's collision.
Oh, I was saying, you know, the 7-hour pay-per-views are great, but they're like, you know, you got to put toothpicks under your eyelids to keep them open sometimes.
Yeah,
not
this
that
is
it's
not
boring.
This is just a special episode of Collision. Same thing they did last year when Grand Slam was in Australia. It's just it's not a pay-per-view. It's just a regular weekly episode.
I get confused because they name the regular shows certain special shows, and I start thinking, wait,
but I do like that they do that, because I think, and you know, NXT's done that with a lot of the special shows using the old WCW names,
New Year's Evil and freaking Halloween.
So I think that's fun, because it does make the show more special. You know, it has a special name. Oftentimes it might have a
you know
theme
what you're
or whatever.
Blood and guts, you know what you're getting.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Grand Slam, you know you're going to get a Grand Slam. You know you're going to get like one of those hour, you know, Iron Man, you know, half-hour Iron Man matches going between somebody, and you're going to get some good shit.
Yeah. Before we move on to something else, I want to recognize Ciampa for a minute. I'm wearing his shirt tonight. This came in the Pro Wrestling Crate at one point, I think at some point last year. So Ciampa is it's a very, very interesting story to me. I think immediately last week he became a big deal to the AEW fan base in the matter of a week. I know it really, for some reason, it really hasn't been talked about a lot, but I'm telling you, to the AEW fan base, Ciampa immediately just became a big deal. I think just the presentation, the shocking win that we got for the TNT Championship on his first match, the music, like I can't even tell you, like the AEW fan base immediately attached themselves to his new entrance song made by Mikey Ruckus, who's a musical genius. And like literally there's so many memes that I've seen of people like talking about my shadow knows my story. That's the hook of the song. And Ciampa just became a very big deal in AEW in a matter of a week. And I'm happy to see it for a number of reasons. Everybody remembers when he was on NXT Black and Gold and the success that he had there. And I think the last, I don't know, few years, like it's just kind of been like, you know, there was a little bit with Gargano again for a little bit, and then it kind of faded. Like every once in a while, it kind of like you thought something was happening with him, and then it kind of faded. And I think this has instantly skyrocketed him back to where he was during his Black and Gold days. And I want to give a shout out to Cameron Hawkins, who is a sports writer for Uncrowned on Yahoo Sports. And he came out with an article earlier this week where he spoke to Ciampa, and Ciampa said that he has been thinking about this for the last 2 years, that he knew he was leaving WWE, and he has been just secretly thinking about this. What would his presentation be? What would his, look be? What would his music be like? And AEW put out a video of Ciampa talking about collaborating with Mike Mansouri, who produces AEW now, who used to work for WWE for many years, and collaborating with Mikey Ruckus on the music. And he said it was just an incredible collaborative process that he said he's never really had that opportunity before to collaborate with other people on his work like that. And the headline was from the article was, Ciampa is sick to his stomach that you think his best days are behind him. And he said he's got 10 years left in this business and he wants to make it the best 10 years he has.
Well, it's one of those things that until it happened.
Yeah.
Now, I go back with Ciampa to back when he was in original Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And that's what and it makes perfect sense that his first match was with Mark Briscoe. But Ciampa's always been that type, and especially going back to his original Ring of Honor days and even Black and Gold. I'll put it this way. He's not a sports entertainer. He's a pro wrestler. Right. And I think that it's going to be a fantastic fit with him in AEW. And obviously, it's already paying off very, very well. But I think you're right. He is absolutely going to thrive in that AEW wrestle heavy environment. And I think it's just, it's one of these things like, duh, why wouldn't he go there? It's right. It's perfectly within his, within his wheelhouse, because he is absolutely dynamite in the ring. There's, bell to bell, there are very few that can actually go with Tommaso Ciampa. But
and nobody there is gonna mistake him for Triple H from DX like R-Truth.
No,
remember that?
Yes,
that was so great. That was so great for like weeks. He kept
and but that's more the magic of R-Truth than Ciampa, to be honest. But it absolutely worked. But you're right, and
we're gonna get the Ciampa that was ripping up the mat, exposing the bare wood, and friggin' slamming.
And do you see what he looks like?
He's
insane. See what he looked like. I saw a video that he posted on Instagram.
And he calls it Sylvie, right? He calls it
Sylvie. Yes,
so in NXT,
because it's more silver than gold.
We're getting the NXT Ciampa, but more. We're getting the ROH Ciampa. Now we got as close to the ROH Ciampa on Black and Gold. Now we're gonna get the full on.
Yes.
Psycho killer.
Yes.
Go ahead, Deb.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I saw a video that he posted on Instagram yesterday where he was showing basically his ab workout routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, that I can't.
He misses carbs.
Oh, I can't believe this ab workout routine.
I'm having my donuts in the morning. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
All right.
For real.
One last thing I want to bring up real quick with AEW. How awesome is this? No, we kidding.
That is
awesome. Deleting that out of there.
You know what? That could always go. Bring that back up there. That woman there did, put up with so much shit from me and my brothers over the years. And God bless her that she would play along. She's going, what are you talking about? I said, just do what I'm doing. Don't worry. Hey, she wouldn't know Max Caster or Bowens. She wouldn't know the Acclaim. She wouldn't know nothing. Sesame Daddy asked from nothing. But she did that. And same thing when she did the question mark with me. Like that woman just went along with me and yeah.
Yeah. Well, bless her for putting up with you for that many years. Good Lord.
You know what? And I was the least of my problems. You know what? Hey, listen, I had rheumatic fever twice as a child, and that woman carried me around for years. I mean, literally, I don't know if anybody knows what rheumatic fever is, but you have a heart murmur, and you can't exert yourself. Like, you can't even walk, like, oh, you can't get up and go to the bathroom. You can't get up and walk around. You can't exert yourself at all. So few years of my life at two separate times when I was younger, I was just bedridden. I would be on the couch, and to go to the doctors, or, you know, my mom and dad would just carry me into the office, and, you know, and that's what it was like back in the day. I used to get blood work every week and take penicillin every day. And I was not the fit, you know, the Greek god that you see now. You know, you were talking about Tommaso Ciampa's abs. Listen, come here. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna make him look bad. I'm not gonna make him look bad, and I'm catching.
Not gonna make Ciampa look bad.
Yeah, and I'm catching up to him and Hijacker with the freaking look at that. Look at that.
Oh, gotta take some off your head and go.
Another foot and a half to go, and I'll be past you guys. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway, what I was getting at: how fun is Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy now?
Yes.
Goddamn. Again, Tony Storm has found a way to knock it out of the park, as usual, with anything she does. And I think it's absolutely great that her and Orange Cassidy have teamed up and put this thing together. We've seen some very cool already mixed tag matches, which I'm always a huge fan of.
Yes.
And we're seeing a big one coming up at Grand Slam. Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir and fuck you, Yuta.
Yeah.
Really, Yuta.
Hey, speaking of intergender, you know, you talk about the millions of belts out there between all of the. I could go for an intergender tag title belt.
I
know what?
That would be fun.
I could go for that.
Yeah.
And we finally just kind of put the rest. I get it. There's some maybe moral and social issues, but they're all wrestlers. And yes, okay, it's kind of hard to believe that, you know, Mina Shirakawa is going to beat up Lance Archer.
Right.
You know, that's a hard sell. But can we, you know, if you know, you look at somebody like a Charlotte Flair, a Rhea Ripley. You want to tell me that they couldn't beat the hell out of and have beat the hell out of some guys?
Let me stop you there, because you two guys are big intergender wrestling fans. You know, I
see it all the time on the indies. It's no big deal.
I've always had a few reservations about it. But if you give me a team like the Savage Gnomes, you give me when what do I always bring up to you guys when we talk about? You know, sometimes I question them. But when you give me Speedball Mike Bailey against Marina Shafir and they're beating the crap out of each other, they're pretty much the same weight. I understand the girl guy thing. I understand that. And I totally understand the violence aspect. But these two were doing wrestling. They were doing wrestling moves with each other pretty much, and they beat the shit out of each other, and it was believable that Marina pinned Speedball Bailey. On the other hand, it was not believable to me when a Tessa Blanchard, you know, suplexed a Brian Cage, or you know what I mean. So I have a back and forth with it, but I mean,
it depends on the people.
Yeah,
John, you brought up. You look at you tell me a Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest aren't going to be couldn't be a legit fucking badass tag team, or a Charlotte Flair and a Randy Orton, or you know what I mean?
Ooh, that's interesting.
How about
Jet Speed versus Genesis last week?
Yeah.
How amazing
Genesis,
was that?
There you go. Hey, you know, I'd get rid of the Janela
Joey
part.
Janela and Megan Bain work so well in the ring together, by the way. It's insane.
Yeah, they did. She carried his water for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that match with OC and Tony Storm versus Marina and Yuta. And the loser of the fall will have their head shaved. So I think the logical conclusion is Yuta's losing his hair.
Yeah, the Shaggy Dog is gonna leave. Make him shave his everything, even his eyebrows.
I mean, you saw Orange Cassidy the other day.
Orange Cassidy was like, "You know my hair."
He was like, he's looking at the bald guy that he just beat the shit out of. He's like, nah, I can't be like that. No,
and he does have good hair, so we can't have that. We can't have a bald Orange Cassidy. No.
But you know what he would do if he lost and he had to lose his hair? He'd probably be like, whatever, you know.
All right, just go with me a second. Imagine Marina with like the G.I. Jane shaved head.
No, I can't.
That would be so bad.
Hey, listen, Marina as G.I. Jane is more believable to me than Demi Moore, whatever it was.
But
well, that's true.
Anywho, let's talk about the third show since they're on AMC.
Oh my God,
that would be TNA. While we still have a few minutes left.
Yes.
Why not?
Absolutely. Thursday nights at 9:00 are becoming appointment television. They are continuously improving the production and tightening it up, and we're starting to see more stories develop as they're coming out of the premiere. And what was the last pay-per-view they just had? The big one, Genesis. We have another one coming up. We have No Surrender coming up, I believe, next weekend. And that's one of their regular ones. I call them the $10 ones on Triller.
Friday pay-per-views.
Yeah, Friday pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But even those aren't, just because they're only $10, it doesn't mean they're not good.
They're usually pretty good.
They continue story, and
and we've seen a lot of. We're seeing a lot of
they do though.
Things.
It's what they do because they tape the shows. So when they do a weekend, they do a weekend of taping. So you're getting, So I mean, and then this would we want live every week? Yeah, and sooner or later, maybe they will be up to a live show every week.
I think they'll work towards that. Hopefully,
they're working towards it. You know what? And kudos to Silva. He's doing everything he said he was going to do with TNA, and they're each week they're improving on. They're doing as they say, tightening the screws on what's not what didn't work, and it really is good. And one of the big points to me is the addition of the suit, because I think Daria is friggin' awesome, and I also think that it's going to add a new dynamic to have her push Santino out and have a heel type general manager who curries favor with all of these shitheads on there, and she could make Santana's life a living hell. You need someone that's going to make. Because he's the champ now. So now you got to have someone that's going to make his friggin' existence with that title a living friggin'.
Well, we already kind of seen Daria pulling the strings a little bit. There was a very interesting backstage conversation with her and one king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian.
The Kaz.
So, who is a now former TNA heavyweight champion, but could be again.
And there's also a friend of the show's waiting in the wings with a certain gigantic cup that you got to walk around with all the friggin' time.
Yes.
And you got to make sure you get in the ring with the cup. And you got to actually.
With bandanas.
Yeah.
Adorned with bandanas. But and just to your point real quick, Mike, Mike Santana has to literally look at everybody because he has people attacking him that don't even work for the company anymore.
That's right. John, let's go to that, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm really interested in what happens there.
That's a part A. That's an A and a B section of that whole thing.
It was very great. As just to bring people up to speed, TNA had their Feast or Fired matches where everybody gets a briefcase, and they did the reveal of it last week on TV. And Steve Macklin, former international champion and also former TNA champion, got the fired case. So he's fired. He's no longer with the company. And he gave a very powerful and passionate promo and had a face-to-face with Mike Santana. Mike Santana thanked him for what he did. Was very, you're my brother. I'll, always be thankful for your time here and everything. And
see you down the road.
Yeah. And down the road, I happened to be about 2 seconds later when Steve Macklin grabbed Mike Santana and slammed him into a garage door.
Yeah, well, he did step on the road. Well, it was really the parking lot, but it was like road material. It was asphalt.
Yeah, so now, Mike Santana doesn't have to worry about all the TNA wrestlers. He's got to worry about people that are not even technically on the roster anymore coming after him. So, he's born nasty, but he better have eyes in the back of his head because everybody in TNA is gunning for him.
There's a certain other promotion that Macklin could go to, or one could say go back to.
Sure. Hopefully it's a better gimmick this way. Hopefully it's way better gimmick this time.
Well, I don't even remember that before.
That's a story that we
that's the whole idea
down the road.
That's the whole idea. Everybody wants to forget about that.
We love it.
Right. So for me on TNA right now, there's a few things that I love, and there's a few things that I can do without, or that I just like to see improved a little bit. I'm all in on Daria. I absolutely adore her. Nobody looks better in a suit than Daria, so it's only fitting that was the moniker she chose.
And nobody goes 0 to bitch in 2 seconds flat.
Oh God. Yeah, she's incredible. I'm all in on her. I'm all in on all that stuff that's happening with Macklin, like we just said. I'm all in on Bear fucking Bronson in the system and what's happening with that.
But we had, talking about that,
that's personal and professionally, I feel.
And we had something interesting with that. We had a system run in and beat down last night, and who appeared? Moose has returned to TNA.
Bear Bronson got to beat the crap out of the Hardys.
Yes, and that's the whole thing. I know I'm not supposed to like them. They're the heel factor now, but I don't give a shit. It's Bear, and let him beat up everybody. He could punch the Hardys in the face all day long, and I'd be like, yay.
Yay!
I love it. Yes.
Yay! Yay! Everything Bear does. Yay!
Yay!
It is
everything. Yeah.
It's
Bear's bleeding. Yay!
Yes. I'm all in on that. That was awesome. The only things that I think I'd still like to see improved or tweaked, or just that I'm kind of just not into, and I hate saying this, I think the Elegance brand just has to do something else.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I'm sorry, I'm just not into
it's just got to be built up.
It is what it is. That's really the only segment on the show that I'm not that into. The other thing that I just like to see them tighten the screws on is, I don't know if it's the pacing of the show. It wasn't like this last week, but I felt it this week, where I kind of felt things were a little slow moving. Like there were too many lull moments that made me kind of zone out. So I'd like to see that kind of just tweaked and maybe figure something out that is more like keeping my attention throughout the show, rather than just having these moments where like, and I don't know if it's the commercial breaks, it might just be the commercial breaks. So I don't know, but yeah,
we need some good violence to come back, John. We need like a year ago we were PCO and Bully. Like, these guys were wreaking havoc. I miss
PCO.
They were wreaking havoc. So man, we need man to go crazy.
That I have noticed. Even going back to now, I never watched on Axis. I always watched on the TNA app. And there absolutely is more commercials now, which I kind of expected. Obviously, they have to pay for the time somehow.
But I do like that they show the clips of the old matches, which is really cool. I kind of wish they would show those clips of old matches for the entire commercial break instead of only showing like 1 minute and then just going to the be right back screen.
Right.
But because I do like seeing those clips of older matches, or even just stuff that happened last year, just kind of as a refresher on something that happened recently. I like that part.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you on the Elegance brand, but we just got the in-ring return of Ash by Elegance this past week, which overall I think is very cool, because it was, we all were left kind of scratching our heads when, a few months ago she relinquished her Knockout Championship and said she had to retire from the ring. And we never really got the story of how or why she did it, but I don't care now because she is back in the ring. So she is cleared and can wrestle. So, but overall, I kind of agree. I think it's kind of run its course, and hopefully they do something to either revamp or disband or something with it. It's not bad, but it's just
not all that interesting.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left in the tank on it, honestly.
Yeah. Other than the personal concierge annoying people.
If they really want to get my interest, that just every week when they come out and he's doing whatever, just somebody comes out and just levels him. Just comes out.
The little mini Sluga narcissist guy. That guy is not.
It's whatever. That's whatever. I'm not even paying attention to
that's annoying.
But I would say, every week the personal concierge gets knocked the fuck out. Just, Bill
that's what
from the back, just, clotheslines him, leaves him laying, and walks away.
Yeah,
and like a different guy every week, or for that matter, could be another knockout. For all I care, just something that hurts the personal concierge.
Oh, the other thing I'm liking is Marashade, the vignette with Marashade.
Oh,
with
Ryan
Yes. They did a tribute to the Mr. Perfect vignettes from back in the day. And they both knocked it out of the park when she threw that football, and they showed the football guys go, and then she caught it for a touchdown, and then Ryan goes to go throw it and just
I will say that I did not think that she could do kind of the goofy comedy stuff like that, but she's surprising me. It's really good. And I think there's always a place for that goofy comedy stuff in wrestling. You always got to have that segment of levity, that segment that makes you laugh. Although I will say, going back to when we mentioned earlier about the Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy stuff, that with both of those characters, I think that is really good comedy. And I'm really honestly glad that they've shifted to that instead of the Tony and Marina stuff. Well, gotta be honest, the Tony and Marina stuff, or the Tony and Mina Shirakawa, that stuff was, I think, too goofy comedy for me. I think the allure wore off really quickly for me. So I'm glad that they shifted to Tony being paired with OC. But the comedy stuff is usually, as long as it's done well, it's a really awesome part in the show.
Can those two coexist, though? That's what I want to know. Can Mara and Ryan, because it looks like they're going to be a team sooner or later.
It might be one of them.
But I hope so.
She's going to super kick him into submission. She's going to be like, "That's it."
Yeah.
But it could be, it's one of them things we'll have to tune in and see. But you're right. It's just that little segment of levity and stuff, and we know the action in the ring is going to be always good. The rosters on both sides are absolutely stacked. So but again, TNA has always kind of found their niche. It's kind of a mix of everything. You get great wrestling, you get great stories, you get great backstage and vignettes. you get comedy, you get entertainment. They really, again, and it's kind of personal to us because it is Tommy. Tommy is a big factor in that show.
Yeah.
And so is Hunter Johnson, who is also Delirious who was the booker for original Ring of Honor, and a very, very smart guy. Yeah. Obviously, when it comes to booking matches and telling stories and stuff, they're both really doing an excellent job with this. And I'm always hopeful that they will continue to improve because it's a really good product. We've sat here for years saying how good TNA is, and if they only could get better television or a better deal, well, they got it. And so
can we get someone to go up against Lei Ying? I mean, she it's been it's been a lot of tag teaming and triple tag team, but like she's not.
We need an actual contender.
She needs somebody breathing down her neck, somebody a Lash Legend size breathing down her neck.
I have a dream one in mind, and it will be a re-debut.
Oh, John, we're never gonna poo-poo any of your ideas.
You want somebody to breathe down Lei Ying's neck? I got one phrase to say to you. Hail to the motherfucking king.
Yes.
You booked a returning Kylan King against Lei Ying as the heel to breathe down her neck. That's money. Pure money.
And that is. And you know what? John, I'm glad you mentioned because I was scrolling yesterday and she posted something. So now that she might be posting stuff, maybe she's getting a little bit closer. We know that there's little tiny angels on people's shoulders that whisper things in their ears and talk to them personally. But you know what? We want to be surprised and we love it. And we need the mother effing king back.
I really can't wait. Miss her. Yeah. I really miss her. And hopefully when she comes back, that you guys will hear me scream the loudest I've screamed in a while. That will be something that will inject life into the Knockouts division. That is what we need. And I think that's something that's been missing in the TNA Knockouts division for a little bit. That they had a rough patch where the Knockouts division lost a bunch of talent and they're trying to figure things out. We need people like Kylan King.
Yeah.
Jordan
Grace was a blow, but Jordan Grace did everything like there was nothing else. There was nothing more for her to achieve or do in TNA. So that's understandable. It wasn't like she left. You're right, King. But there's someone else though, John, another friend of the show's that could come and join our buddies there with the Vincent Vita. We need Vita.
That's a no-brainer, and you're absolutely
and that
right.
would inject two people into the Knockouts division heel to breathe down someone's neck and be a heelish character.
What about your homie, the Nomi?
Pants in the gnome.
But does she come in? You know what? She would be good. She would be good to get signed and come in as a face against Danny Luna. Can you see her and Danny Luna just destroy?
I was thinking that.
Can you see them loosening up the friggin' ring post from post to post? The ring just falling apart like Andre got slammed.
Wait, that's great, but imagine them together.
That too. And not for nothing.
Make them the Knockouts Tag Champions, and who can beat them?
But I had another idea too, because I would like her to go to NXT and do a gimmick thing with her and Shiloh, where both their teeth come. And,
That would be fantastic.
For nothing more than both of them losing their teeth and grossing out their opponent. And
oh my God!
I never popped so hard when Shiloh's tooth popped out and it landed in what's her name's cleavage. Santino's.
Oh my goodness!
And then she pulled out and was like,
goodness.
getting all grossed out.
Oh jeez.
All right.
All right.
Let's wrap it.
Yeah.
We're getting silly, so
we're getting silly. Lots of good stuff on the horizon. We're excited about a lot of things going forward, seeing where things go. Lots of possibilities.
We got to be like busted up. We got to go to 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I got to watch Collision.
5 days a week.
No, we don't. Quick shout out though to Jersey Championship Wrestling, who is doing the 2026 J Cup. It's actually on right now still.
What's happening now?
We have the one semifinal match, which is Space Jesus Billy Starks against Charles Mason.
Oh.
Actually, this might be the final right now.
Okay.
But it's night 2 of the Jersey J Cup going on right now from the White Eagle Hall in Jersey City.
Yeah, I gotta pull that up in a little side window here.
Yeah. If you have Triller TV, you can go back and watch the whole show. You can go back and watch night 1, which had a lot of very good qualifying matches on. And JCW and GCW are absolutely on fire. They are going
You don't have
everywhere.
Triller Plus, as always. Like I said, DM me, Mongrovian Mike, and I'll send you, you Venmo me a few bucks, and I'll send you Neil's logins. You can catch up on all.
Plus is a very worth it subscription.
Absolutely.
Not only just for GCW, which GCW puts out nearly weekly shows anyway, but the other night we saw Pro Wrestling Revolver, Sami Callihan's promotion. The main event was Bear Bronson versus Cross. And if anybody hasn't seen it, go look up the clip of what Cross says to Bear Bronson after their match.
Man. Yeah. Getting the big rub.
Freaking incredible.
And you know what? He's not the only big wrestler. Like we've seen Bear getting the rub from all of these wrestlers that I mean, it started I think Dijakovic back.
Yeah.
What
a whirlwind of a year he's had.
Yes.
The bulldozer. Now Killer Cross, but everybody is just singing their praises with the guy. I mean,
it's
I can't
awesome
say enough. I can't say enough good stuff about this guy. Not just because you're obsessed with him and you're a fanatic.
Well, no, that's not.
He's just a really great. No, that's joking aside, though. Deb and John, you guys met him. He's such a great guy, and they're such a great couple, him and Gabby. And the things that they're doing, it's not easy what they're doing. Being a couple on the road, and now Bear is signed. And they're both like she's doing the load. So I just can't say enough good things about my two friends that I mean, I've seen them in 30 degrees at the shop, for those free shows, and I've seen them on the bigger shows. And now to see my friend on TV, not on just Triller, but on a friggin' station, a TV station.
It just proves that hard work pays off,
unbelievable,
and good things happen to good people. And I'm very happy for all the good things happening for them.
Yeah, and when we saw him at GCW last week, I said to him, like, how crazy is it that John last year, when we went to GCW at the Harrah's in Chester, and we saw Bear and Gabby there, that was the start of this trajectory that he's been on. Yeah. That was the night that he talked to Brett Lauderdale about getting on GCW. Yep. That night was the start of this entire thing. And look at where he's at now. A year later.
Yep. 2025 started out shitty for Bear and in doubt health wise, but they had each other.
Yeah.
And it started, and what 2026 is for them is like so like total 360 from the way like
Yes.
in the doubt in your mind or whatever, even though you weren't gonna give up, but like now is like the sky's the limit, and
It really is.
they
It
both
really
deserve it, and it is just too freaking
Yeah.
cool. And we have other ones, we have other friends in the business, and not that we're in the business or we know all these people in the business. We don't pretend to be part of. We are just freaking.
you go
We
to a
are
lot of indie
respectful
shows.
fans. We are respectful fans. We support these people.
Yeah.
We buy their merchandise, and like Gabby's got a new T-shirt out that I ordered.
I need a Gabby shirt. That is one thing I'm.
You
got to
get the new Gabby shirt because it's a play on King Diamond. Because Gabby, like me, we're big King Diamond fans. Like King Diamond is like her favorite, and hails to her. And King.
I will get a Gabby shirt. I promise.
Just like her Master of Gnomes was a play on Master of Puppets album cover. This is a play on Give Me Your Soul, Please. It's Give Me Your Give Me Your Gnomes, Please. So I can't wait to rock that shirt and show you guys. Order it on Pro Wrestling Tees. If you got a couple of months to spare.
real quick before we wrap this up, this is kind of my closing statement. To me, that's the best part of being a wrestling fan. Is we go to as many indie shows as we can, try to go to. And when you go to a lot of indie shows, you kind of become friendly with some of the wrestlers that you see often. And, like Gabby and Bear, and we've had them both on the show. And I posted it yesterday after I rewatched just the part at the end of the Revolver show when Cross said what he said to Bear and to Sami Callihan. That's my favorite part about being a wrestling fan, is seeing things like that and just watching incredible matches and seeing the passion that they have for what they do, and seeing them pour everything that they have into it and show each other respect. And that's my favorite part. Yeah, that's my favorite part about being a wrestling fan. And that's mostly what I try to do is, especially like on social media, like, sometimes I might go off about something, but for the most part, I really try to just focus on showing love and support to the people that are doing good things out there, the people that I love, the people that I like, and showing love and support to them. And that's what I try to do.
Yeah. I like right now you're talking about it. I'm watching a woman walk out here in the middle of the ring, Chris Statlander holding the AEW Women's Championship belt above her head. That's somebody that I saw at a freaking VFW hall behind a car wash in Center Reach. She was the Victory Pro Wrestling Women. That right there. Now you're on. So if that doesn't make you happy as a wrestling fan, nothing will. Then
it's still my number one best feeling. And you guys know, and everybody else knows, I go to a ton of indie shows. I will. I was going to one tonight, but it is too fucking cold to be outside. And that is still to me, is the best feeling. You see, this young guy or girl in the indies, and you stay with them and you stick with them and you watch them work and you watch them progress. And that's the best feeling when I see them, debut on TV or debut for a major organization. Yep. And it's like, yes, they fucking did it. I knew them when, and to see them walk out on that bigger stage and get that crowd response, it's the best feeling in the world. And it hasn't gone away in 30 plus years, and I hope it never does. When it does, that's the day I stop being a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So
it's just
now that we're all off our soapboxes, let's wrap this bitch up, shall we? Mike,
Yeah. Way over
how
time.
can the folks get with you?
And Mongrovian Mike, right on the socials. Just look for me. I'm always bitching about something. Or
That usually. What up, partner?
I love you all, man.
Let them know,
God.
Deb.
All right. That's so Debonair on all the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Blue
Click
Sky.
the link.
I'm all over the place. Click the
Click
link
it!
if you click this. Follow me for all my ridiculous bullshit that I post all the time, in addition to supporting the wrestlers that I love.
Yeah, you can follow her on the Blue Sky. That's where all the hippies hang out.
Buy stuff. Support indie wrestlers.
Yes.
Support indie wrestling.
Always support indie wrestling.
You know how
Speaking
much
of-
this Latina Spice Jar is going to cost when Nat Castle is signed to WWE? How much I'm going to be able to sell this for?
Is that good on eggs?
Huh?
Is that
It's
good on
real-
eggs?
It's real spice. She said it's real spice. You want me to try it real fast?
Yeah.
No.
No, I'll open it.
I just want to know if it was good on eggs. Like a
I'll
hot
let you
sauce.
know. I'll let you know. I got some over here.
Lemon.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Probably rat poison.
Real Latina spice, man. That's some sazon.
Oh, okay.
Spicy.
Okay.
Los
Speaking of-
Toxicos rolling tray where you could roll your tobacco cigarettes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Yes. That's
Anywho.
what that's for.
One thing though, Nation's Corner on location most definitely will be in the city of Philadelphia Saturday night, May 2nd, as GCW goes ECW. One night only. Game Changer Wrestling goes to the ECW arena.
John, are they allowed to bleed there?
They are. Wow. This ain't Harrah's. This ain't anywhere else. This is the EC fucking W arena. It is going to be a banana show. I cannot wait.
They're gonna go banana.
I was very excited for the collective. They just announced the ECW arena show. I am doubly excited. I cannot wait. I will be there that night. But in the meantime, you can get with me on the Instagram and the Twitter at John in South Jersey, and also on Instagram where you can keep up with the exploits of the most dangerous weapon.
Oh yeah, and you wrestlers, GC Dubs, man. Yeah, book Bronson, Bear.
Yeah.
Book, if you're gonna be a GC Dub show, book AK9K to help you in the match.
Hey, we have video evidence. Bear has used it before.
You gotta send a
they are buddies. They are buddies and enjoy working together. So, but
John, I still tell people to this day that you saved my life at a wrestling show 2 times.
Wasn't me. It was AK.
What?
All AK. And you can keep up with his exploits on Instagram at AssKicker9K. That is it. We've gone way over, but we don't care. And we will see you all next week.